A military unit was sliding across the ice. Suddenly, the ice cracked. The captain fell straight through. Everyone dropped to the ground. To prevent the ice from breaking again, Amy quickly stripped off her gear and jumped in, swimming toward the captain. Seeing the captain was unconscious, Amy pulled out a knife, used all her strength to cut open the backpack, then swam toward the exit. When her teammates pulled her up, she had already lost consciousness from the cold, so they had no choice but to remove her wet clothes and put on dry ones. Because the noise earlier had likely revealed their position, they headed into a nearby house. The primary goal was to start a fire to warm up, otherwise Amy would freeze to death. But this could also expose their location. After a moment's hesitation, they decided to tear apart the chairs to make a fire, because if it hadn't been for Amy, the mission would have failed. Fortunately, the mission's supplies were undamaged. After setting up watch, everyone began to rest. Amy, deep in sleep, was suddenly awakened by a sound. When she opened the door, she saw a man using a radio to send signals. A helicopter was approaching overhead. She quickly woke everyone up, put out the fire, packed up their things and left the house. Just as they left, a missile struck, destroying the house. They rushed to get away from there. After some discussion, they confiscated the man's weapon and continued on their way. In the middle of the night, one person tripped. When he got up, his face was filled with fear. He kept retreating backward. Everyone turned to see. The place was full of frozen corpses. No one knew what terrible event had happened to them to leave them in this state.